I am going to follow up with a topic that we touched on briefly in one of our previous episodes. I have a personal interest in the prostate-specific antigen testing industry, and we are fortunate today to have with us Dr. Joe Busch. Joe is in practice in Alpharetta, Georgia, and he is probably the number one guy in the country to talk to about this very thing. We got in touch with Joe through our friend Keith Nichols, and who we will talk to here pretty quick again about a follow-up show on testosterone replacement therapy. And Joe has made a career out of dealing with human males and their prostate glands. And he has arrived at a different conclusion than many of us have arrived at. And I am deeply grateful for him being with us today on this show. Now, those of you that have a prostate, stop what you're doing and pay attention. Joe, thanks, man. Appreciate your coming on.
Yeah, I really appreciate this opportunity to share with you my experiences, which have been prostate imaging and prostate treatment for the last 13 years as well. I only do three things in my practice. I image the prostate gland, and then I'm one of the very few people in the United States of America that do a precise target inside the MRI with a titanium needle so that I only stick the target lesion maybe 2 or 3 times. That's about it. And actually take images of where the tissue was removed, where the biopsy took place. It's not a mystery. So let's go back to what you said. So this is 13 years of me imaging the prostate gland. Actually, I'm one of the international teachers. I'm part of the International Prostate Working Group. Everything I learned in Europe. They're way ahead of us on this topic. Most of the research has been done in Europe. I had to spend quite a bit of time in Europe to learn how to do all this, including the biopsies. And of course, as you can imagine, one of the reasons a lot of the stuff that I do is not done in America because it would cost you money. In other words, you wouldn't make as much money.
Right.
Which
that
is sad.
Unfortunately is a factor in most of these decisions, isn't it?
That is correct. And let's start with the PSA, which you brought up. So the way prostate cancer is diagnosed in America is really a fallacy. It's based on 3 techniques right now. Number one, the PSA, which you call prostatic specific antigen. I call it the prostatic specific anxiety. Because if the PSA is over 4 in America, no matter what your age is, they're going to probably stick you. They're going to refer you to a urologist who's going to do, which is still accepted practice, a blind or a random biopsy. First of all, the PSA, when it's elevated, has an 80% chance of being normal. In other words, you do not have cancer 80% of the time. So that's better.
Just stop right there for just a second.